flow. Get the net income, the operating cash flow. Say I sound old school, but I ain't really that old. 26 now, trying to build me a castle. Yo, I just hope and pray my fans grow to trust me. This rap game full of weak clowns like Krusty.
What's good, everybody? We're back again, and I've got a pair of Jordan 4 Pure Moneys, as you can see, Pure Money. As if you're wondering how to paint your kicks red like this, I do have a Jordan 4 bait custom, where what I did was paint the exact same shoe red. After I painted the Jordan 4 red, I show you guys how to put a red bait camo print on that. So the steps on getting this guy from white to red are in that video. So today we're going to that next intermediate step, and I'm going to show you guys how to drop on some stencils and make this an LV x Supreme collab kind of a custom. So with that said, y'all, let's go. First things first, guys, when you're looking at this Jordan 4, you want to kind of map out where you feel the most appropriate places should be for these stencils. If I wanted to, I could, as an example, I could drop it right here in the front, cut it down the middle, and we can have a Supreme right there. Another option would be maybe dropping it somewhere here on the side. This looks pretty close to this. That's another possible option here. Dropping just a piece of it in there. For example, if you just wanted to have the Supreme, you could put it in the netting and cut here and just have just this portion inside of the netting. So many different ways, but when you guys plan this out, you want to make sure that you're executing it efficiently, and it should actually look like it belongs in the shoe. And here's another option here is, I'm looking at this little V here, and I'm going to take this Supreme logo, started putting it here, which would actually not be a bad place either. I think I'm going to align it here with this guy and maybe just drop it slightly behind. So it might require a little bit of cutting because we have the wing here that's kind of in the way. But if we could plan this out correctly, and I could get this Supreme logo to be somewhere in this area, then we could drop a little bit of the Louis Vuitton print here in the back, and then we can drop the rest of it here in the front. Now for the LV print, same thing, guys. There's two ways that the LV print can really go. It can go with the LV facing this way, which means up and down, and when you place it down, it'll kind of wrap around that same way. But then you have to keep in mind, as it wraps around, it'll start to change its direction. See that? So look at, if you wrap this guy around, now the LV print is no longer facing down, it's starting to flail this way through the toe box. So I guess my direction today, I'm going to try to do the LV print to be up like this, up and down. And then on this end, I want to try my best to try to also have it go up and down, but from the toe box area. And the reason why I want to do that is because when people see the print on the toe box, I don't want it to look weird where it's kind of like going in this direction. I want it to be really kind of like a nice straightforward Louis Vuitton print from up and down, so it's legible and it's easy to read. So that might mean that I'd have to do a little bit of tweaking in the transition area, which will be around here. So like I said, guys, this is my first LV and Supreme custom. You guys are kind of just rocking with me, so wish me luck, and let's start with one of these shoes. Guys, when you're doing stencils, you want to work in smaller sections, because let's say I wrap this whole shoe around. Well, these stencils here, guys, they're made of vinyl. They're like a sticker material, and what happens with sticker materials is it'll eventually start to lose its adhesion property, and when it does that, it leaves gaps open, so when we actually are airbrushing, it'll start to put overspray in spots we don't want. Alright, so I would recommend you guys maybe start by doing like one section here, and then maybe the toe box section here in the front, and then we'll do the same thing on this end here. Alright, so maybe splitting this guy up into 3 is a good idea. I would recommend that. So with that said, guys, let's jump on to the first section here. I want to do the toe box first, and the reason I want to do the toe box first is This is kind of like the face of the whole shoe. If someone's gonna notice your shoes, the first thing they're gonna see is you straight forward, and they'll look down here at this toe box or face area. So let's make sure that's your ideal area. So if for some reason this section doesn't come out so fancy, at least we know the front looks good, all right? So ideally, we want to try to get at least 1 or 2 LV prints here on the toe box, and that way you can really kind of emphasize that this is an LV times Supreme print. So first thing is first, I take a look at this vinyl sheet. I notice that the LV print is right here. The LV print is also right here. Everything else around it is just basically the other smaller flower logos, or whatever you want to refer to them as. So I'm looking at an LV here and here. Ideally, you want to have at least both of them on here. What I would recommend though is not to have one just completely right down the center, but somewhere a little bit slightly off to the side so you could fit in the other LV as well, and it looks more of like a natural pattern. So I'm going to probably choose this area here, grab some tape, and mark off my spots. So it's not too hard, right? So this area there, and I wrap it around, and this is going to be my next area here. And again, I'll just mark that off, because that way now I stabilized the vinyl piece. I've got a good idea where to cut. If you flip this guy around, you can kind of have an idea of where to cut. And so I may overcut a little bit. It's better to overcut because that way you won't lose that print. I'll just be basically trailing down this guy here.
These companies trying to sell me like I'm Barristan. Start with my craft, get it ghost like Kerrigan. There is no comparison, first gen American. We on the same side, Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison. I'm a young man who kinda old school, reminiscing, playing NES and on my cousin's Sega Genesis. Search me on the internet, you find that I've been in this. Spidey senses tingling, my nemesis is venomous. Peace to broke musicians making tips up on the promenade. Rich rappers still slaves, rocking chains, Amistad. Hindu say namaste, Muslims say salam alaikum. Lock it like a combination, rock it like a bomb with patience. Fighting off the occupation, writing off the cost of plan. Trying to build a buzz like I'm hyped up off the operation game. It's a hard road, say it's my asphalt. Blaming myself, I don't throw shade to pass salt. Less than millage bland, I just want a million bands. Cause bands make a dance and she say that you the man. I'm just saying, like Kakarot or Goku. Fresh, I got them dope moves. Order miso soup that got that tofu. Smitty's fried fish, South Koreans cooking soul food. Drive around the hood, guarantee there ain't no Whole Foods. Came a long way from being stuck up off them road dubes. Focus on the real, be yourself, get to know you. Out of sync, out of sight, out of mind, gotta think. Lot of ink, kinda dry, bada boom, bada bing. Daily grind, rise, shine, working out the office now. Made a little money now, my old man's is prouder now. Test driving BMs, now I'm off on weekends. Been like 5 months since I was blowing on them weed blends. Maybe I'm a grown man, maybe I'm a system slave. Artist from the hardest for this to get you paid. Give a struggle rapper a shovel, tell him to dig his grave. Laying in the bed he made, stuck in dead off beds he played. A lot of L's getting raped up on that river card. Gas shut, heater broke, life will make you shiver hard. Past blunts, in the past smoking in my boy's garage. Bullshitting, politicking, dreaming it's a damn mirage. We couldn't handle ours, got a grip like handlebars. Throw my shit on wax, see the heater make the candle gone. Rap to me is easy now, CB known to ramble on. But I'm still the same bro, shop at Vons with sandals on. Copping food for thought, cause thinking is in recession now. Do this from my heart, that mean my art is in compression now.
What the print should look like when it's done, okay? And I'll show you an example of something that needs to be placed down, because you'll see an air bubble. So I'll point this guy out right here. See him right there? So what I need to do is just very gently graze it back into place, knowing that the print should still, well, if you want to check to see what the print should look like, it should look like this guy here on this side. Alright, so let's go back over, make sure that we got everything pressed down, looks good. Get any air bubbles out that you think that will affect what the pattern will look like before you place it down. It's very important, guys, that before you place this guy down, everything looks appropriate. About here. And now I'm testing it, guys. I haven't placed it down yet. I'm just testing it to make sure it's straight. Because once you place it down, guys, there's no turning back, because there's a bunch of dots and circles and all kinds of stuff solidify the toe box first. See that? Make sure that the shape of the toe box looks good. You're happy with it. I'm happy with that. I got an LV here and here. I'm cool with that. One of them did get on the groove, but you know, sometimes you're just gonna have to make do and fix what you have to fix afterwards. But you see, very carefully, guys, I'm placing it down. I'm looking for the actual crease line of the toe box, and I'm carefully making sure and securing this print on the front. Now that that's done, let's look to the side here and continue to very gently place the print down. Everything, get every single thing down and start to really secure its section on the shoe. This is where it's going to be, so we can't mess up at this point. See, this part here will fall into place, and then these guys here should also very carefully fall into place. I've got a little bit of an overage here, so because of that I may have to adjust that little area. But before we do that, let's take off the contact paper. And this part's very important, guys, because if you want to take it off successfully, you want to press actually down on it and then press it away at the same time. What that does is it solidifies the vinyl and really helps it stick and latch onto the shoe because you're pressing it down, and then you're also pulling this off at the same time. So same thing with this one, guys. Just got to press it down and away, press down and away the whole way through. If you see any of the stencils starting to get, for example, adjusted in the wrong way, if you can stop and fix it, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, just keep going through. Just run through and we get this contact paper off.
You pronounce my name, Hussey, Pete. Life is a loop. Every day is like a replay. We play for keeps in this game, no free play. Give them more soul than that dude Tony Ishii, ayy, and that Zappos. Competition baffled. Building my career, Daisy Chain was a scaffold. Soul show tickets like a goddamn raffle. People need jobs like Macintosh, Apple. Even if I pop, give them facts like Snappo. Told me get a grip.
What I'm doing now is just making sure that any spots, for example, like corners and curves like this, are completely pressed down. There's no air bubbles. Nothing looks like it'll have a potential to leak past the stencil. And again, you know, even though you have a stencil that guides you here, the stencil is really here, guys, to give you more of a roadmap, to make sure you understand where all of the print can be. And once this is all done, you still have to make sure that you go through and clean up any like residual overspray or anything that should not be there. You want to be able to shoot it at an area where you can shoot it straight on. You don't want it to be where you're shooting it where the paint can creep underneath something, because things like the netting, the sock liner, they're very difficult to go back in and clean up afterwards. Now I'll be adding just some flat white in this guy. And now I'll be adding a little bit of too thin as well. And what too thin, guys, does is it'll just basically thin out the paint, so it'll still come out of the nozzle with no problem. It'll be smooth and it won't get stuck. So you don't need to put too much in there, but you do want to put enough in there where you know that as you mix your paint, the paint will feel and look more fluid than what it looks like before without the too thin. Now I can see it breaks down the paint quite a bit, and I don't want it to be too watery, guys. That's important. If you're airbrushing stencils, you want it to be somewhat fluid but not super watery. Quite a distance, I'd say about 12 inches. I'm going to just go ahead and spray through the panel. Notice how light the coating is when I spray through the panel. I'm not going to pull this trigger back super hard. I'm just misting. Literally, I'm misting. And as I mist, and if I see, for example, an area like that I just push down, you push it down and you just continue through. I'm jumping onto a second coat now, and again I'm going to hit it with light layers. I have not hit this with the heat gun at all, and the reason why I don't hit stencils like this with a heat gun is because if you hit this stencil with too much heat, it starts to warp the vinyl, or the other thing that's even worse, it starts to make the adhesive behind the vinyl, which is the sticky part, it starts to melt it, and when it starts to melt, then it starts to move position, and it doesn't stick as well. So I'd recommend you guys just keep it as is, wait for it to dry, give it a good 10 minutes or so before you jump on the next coat. And so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to jump onto this next coat, and again I'm going to just basically go around the shoe, and I'm trying to hit it at a direct angle like this.
One more. Hey man, y'all hiring over there at the store, man? Yeah. There's no more money in the bank, bro. There's no money in the safe, though. There's no more money in the bank, bro. We been working for that pain, yo. Told him my lungs get the nose runny. Truth be told, I expose dummies. Take risks, cause scare money froze money. And the money make the honey's moist toes numbing. Fight or flight right, but I never chose running. Play the art of flight board with the snow bunnies. If you my homie, I'ma let you hold something. Peace to the kids, learn to grow sunny. Days far away, no shade, bro. Shark tanks full of great white makos. I don't blow dough, need to save those. You was freezing to death, would you stay cold? With a can full of gas and a handful of matches. And a cash stack you could turn into ashes. Uncle Phil did it with his nephew and his son in the cave, let me tell you. Childhood images and pictures of the wealth. My pops taught me ways to value on myself. Moms look at me as a source of a help. My bros often tell me that they worry about my help. Damn, high school really wasn't the man, but they ain't teach us how to get the credit up. House parties just showed us how to live it up. Santa Barbara pour 7 in the 7-Up. Millennial spending generation of the lost. No 401ks parlayed in the stocks. No mortgages or ownership of shit that we bought. Clauses and frauds in your debit cards. Truth be told, we all a target. When the zombies coming, you gon' fall a harvest. Big fish flopping.
Alright guys, so we're back, and I'm going to give you guys a quick recap of what I've done with this shoe so far. Obviously you guys could see I already have the Supreme tongue patch here, and I've already got it sewn in. Basically what I did was I just took a piece of leather and I actually just custom made that myself. Now, I'm sure you guys noticed the back of this guy is all messed up. So I got my boy Billy from Beat to Heat Restorations. He's going to show us exactly how to do a tab swap today and finish these guys up. So let's go.
How's it going, guys? So as Suhail told you guys, we're gonna move on to the tab swap. Now, because he already had the shoe painted, what we decided to do is do the glue method. So what we're gonna do is, or what we did actually, is put some barge super stick right here on the stitching to hold the stitching in place. Usually you cut it out and then you redo the stitching, but because the shoe is already painted, we're gonna do the glue method. You guys can see, you get a package labeled with size, the color, the year if it applies. This is what the tabs look like. You know, everybody wonders if they flex, they bend or not. You know, there you go. And you can see all the stitching is still in place right here. And that's the purpose of the glue. Just because, like I said, you had already painted it, it was kind of crucial to have something to hold the stitching in place.
Automated amateurs. Yeah, here we are. Yo, microphone check 1, 2. What is this? The bro gas, you can tell him get the smart check. Now I'm making beats, make them bounce like a fraud check. Never met the world peace, life it is art test. Need evidence, give them proof like a hard vest. Give them proof, no light, that's a D12. And real proof, that's the line that's on me shelf. Tripping, slipping with my sickness and I need help. Looking in the mirror, trying to figure if I see self. Word, and I've been grinding for a minute. I'm posted up ill, I designed it from the clinic. Chiefing up the drug, you mean I'm rhyming, this is a cynic. 33rd degree, I'm spitting arsenic. Roll them up tight so the joints arthritic. Predecessors who inspired this, so we all mimic. NY to the D, LA to IE, 8th letter to the AS, double E, B. Bounce, rock with me. Bounce to the rhythm, 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 bounce.
It's kind of important, don't overuse the glue. You don't need that much glue on there. Maybe just a light coat on each tab. What I was told is this glue has chemical properties to actually etch itself into the material. So if you oversaturate either your shoes or the tab, you can run a risk of damaging it.
Alright y'all, so we hit the conclusion of this video, and before I show you guys the final product, I just want to give you guys a shout out. Thank you guys so much. We've actually hit over 10,000 subscribers really fast, and because of that we've got a giveaway coming up. The next video that I got coming up, guys, it's going to be a giveaway for these Hawaiian Tropic slides here, and they were 100% custom made, free-handed by myself. So I hope one lucky winner will win these slides. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you haven't already, give me some comments below. Let me know if you guys like this custom. I would love to hear you guys' comments about how this custom went. And you know, obviously if you guys like the video, please hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate the likes, so I know I'm going in the right direction. Oh, want to shout out my man's over here at Sneaker Coffin. This is a new sponsor alert. Acrylic boxes, super sleek. They're just completely amazing, great quality boxes. So please follow at Sneaker Coffin. That's where you guys will see the box that I'm going to present to you guys customized as well. Billy at Beat to Heat Restorations. Yo, you are the man. Thank you for coming through, man. I really appreciate you to help us conclude the video. And what's up? Wrap that shit up, B. Hey, they want me to wrap it up, so let's show you guys a final product, man. Again, if you guys like my work, go to shopfeelgood.com. That's exactly where you guys could see my work, and it will be even more appreciated if you guys can support me a little bit and pick something up. We've got stencils, we've got hats, we've got t-shirts, and all kinds of other gear there. And again, if you need anything paint-wise, material-wise, anything that I used today, look down below on the description area and you'll see exact links to where you can get everything today. This is the way I make my living, man. So if you guys had any value given to you today, I'd really appreciate some kind of support back. With that said, guys, my name is Suhail with Feel Good Threads, and I'm out of here. Peace!
Pronounce my name, Hasib, Pete. Life is a loop, every day is like a replay. We play for keeps in this game, no free play. Give them more soul than that dude Tony Ishii, ayy, and that Zappos. Competition baffled, building my career, Daisy Chain was a scaffold. Sold show tickets like a goddamn raffle. People need jobs like Macintosh, Apple. Even if I pop, give them facts like Snappo. Told me get a grip, I put the mic in the grappo. Feeling like Moses, peep the power that my staff hold. Get the net income, the operating cash flow. Say I sound old school, but I ain't really that old. 26 now, trying to build me a castle. Yo, I just hope and pray my fans grow to trust me. This rap game full of weak clowns like Krusty. Vinyl crackle from that dusty. The smokes have my lungs rusty. Make me sweat feeling musty. I know that Noah built the ark, cause when it rains it pours. They told me rap is a game, but I don't play for sport. It go.